Please stand for the pledge to the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you for joining us this evening. We're going to start with the approval of the minutes. So 2.1, motion approving the July 9th, 2025 minutes of the regular meeting of the town board. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Glenn, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Robert. And any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Any opposed? And it's carried. Thank you. There's no bid openings, but there is a public hearing this evening. So the public hearing on proposed law E of 2025, authorizing the town board to make an appointment of receiver of taxes on an annual basis. I'm going to read the published notice, which is notice of the public hearing on proposed law E of the year 2025 of the town of Vestal as set forth herein. Legal notice is hereby given that pursuant to Section 20 of the Municipal Home Rule Law of the State of New York and pursuant to a resolution of the Town Board of the Town of Vestal adopted July 9th, 2025, the said board will hold a public hearing at the Vestal Town Hall, 605. Okay, I ask that you please be quiet during the meeting. If you need to talk, can you please step outside and come back in? Thanks. 605 Vestal Parkway West, Vestal, New York, on the 23rd day of July, 2025 at 6 o'clock to hear all interested parties and citizens regarding the adoption of proposed local law E of 2025, titled Authorizing the Town Board to make an appointment of receiver of taxes on an annual basis. Further information, including access to a copy of said proposed local law, may be obtained at the town clerk's office, 605 Vestal Parkway West, Vestal, New York, Town Board of the Town of Vestal. Then that was dated July 16th, 2025, and was issued by Deborah Wallace, which is our town clerk. So, a copy of the local law. So with that, we're going to open the public hearing. So do any members of the public wish to speak on this topic? Okay. If you wish to speak, you have to go up to the podium, and in order to speak, just say your name, address, and just identify yourself. Okay. You're still gonna have to go. It's also we're videotaping it, so nobody's gonna be able to hear you when they're watching the videotape.
I simply didn't want to get up here and be dismissed because I have a business address here in
Yes.
Vestal. So I would like more clarity and more notice on what this all means. And if there's a way for us to know about this, because my husband and I looked on the board website. That there was, it was vague. It was vague to us. So is there more information that we can find out? What is this? What are the specifics of this in particular?
I'm gonna answer.
Well, I'll answer and then you can ask. How's that? Okay.
I'm sorry, should I say my name?
Yeah, yes.
I'm
please.
sorry.
Thank
I'm
you.
Lucinda Wazalewski.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, no, thank you.
Mhm.
Are those all your questions? Because every time we do a question, it's usually all the questions first and then I try to answer. So,
Okay,
well, it's a public hearing, so,
yeah, we generally don't do a question and answer at a public hearing, but
okay.
go ahead.
Well, has a question. So, and the topic is what the actual law says and what the practicality would be. So in explanation, the law that we're doing is to complete the process of what was originally started many years ago. The receiver of taxes position used to be an elected position. Many years ago, the prior board attempted to change, actually did change that. And in order to abolish the elected position, they had to create a new position. So that's a process. So they go through the board, they do the vote, then they go to a public referendum. Well, to write up the description of the law for the public that was given to the public In other words, what you're voting on, the write-up, was incorrect. And so it didn't describe what the actual law said. So because the public didn't vote, they voted on what was described to them, which was not what the law said. We're simply redoing it. Um, just to clarify, we're not looking to change our procedures at all.
I'm sorry.
We're
To-
not changing our procedures at all. Deborah Wallace is still our tax collector. And as long as she is willing to do it, she will continue to collect taxes here in the town offices. Last year, we listened to a lot of residents who wanted to pay taxes in different ways. So we made it possible to pay electronically. And also there's a Dropbox for off hours and weekends, all of which Deborah handles. So there will be the same continuity. It's simply we're making it legal. So in November, the referendum will go to the public and it will say exactly what the law says. So the public will vote on the law says. The annual basis was simply because we took a look at the law and the original write-up of the law said that the town clerk would take on the responsibilities basically indefinitely for it. Now, Deborah's done a great job at tax collection. However, at some point she's going to retire or leave, and this is a forever thing unless somebody changes it again. So, and it's legally more impactful to change the responsibilities of an elected official. And so she has a choice every year. So hopefully she chooses, as long as she's here, to continue to collect it. Okay, then we have our answer. So, and so we're not changing anything, but what we are doing is making all the legalities correct. When somebody votes on something in a public election and it's a referendum, the description has to be accurate. Everybody acted in good faith then. There was no intent for anything bad, but the procedure has to be correct. So that's all we're doing. We're
May I
correcting.
have, ask another question?
We can't do a back and forth.
Oh, okay. Can I
this-
sit down?
Yeah, okay, thank you.
You want me to sit down?
I
and ask
appreciate,
an-
yeah, I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but
Okay, then I'll sit down and as I have another question, I can get up again. Ask the question.
the public hearing is going to be closed probably in a minute or so.
Oh.
So
Are
do
we
you want to do
looking
a quick
replace anyone
follow-up
else?
question? I don't want to,
Is,
Public comment.
yeah, this is on particular of the law, I believe, right?
it's just.
At the end of the meeting, there's a public comment section.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's something
I
else.
appreciate it.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you. So this is,
On a copy
yeah.
of the local law as it's written,
Mhm.
just if that helps you to be able to read it out, the one we had, I just gave
Thanks
it.
very much. Yeah.
okay, hopefully that answers it. Was any other member of the public wish to ask a question or comment? About the public hearing, sorry, about the local law. Okay, so with that, we will close the public hearing. Thank you. And so the board is going to go to a vote. So do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Glenn, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Robert. So any discussion on it by the board?
This is, this is voting to approve local law E. There was,
Yes, this is
discussed.
right. This is vote to approve local law E of 2025, authorizing the town board to make an appointment of receiver of taxes on an annual basis. Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? And it's carried. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to go on to supervisors updates. And I just posted something on the website yesterday, and it is for all of our residents in different ways. Healthy Broom event is going to be held from August 11th through Friday, August 20th, 25. And this is a cooperative effort by a number of different agencies. So it's Broome County, the National Guard, the Navy, the Army Reserve, SUNY Broome, the Broome County United Way. And they all work together to provide free services that will be available during that week for any residents of anyone in Broome County, or honestly, anybody who wants to travel as well. Free services, medical, dental, and optometry will be provided. And it will be at no cost to anyone in need, regardless of income, insurance, or residency. And I just want to remind everybody to be mindful of the fact that 14% of our residents in Vestal live below the poverty line. So there are many Vestal residents that might consider utilizing these services. They are free. It is a public event. All the details are on the website. If you have any questions, there's links to the county website. Please reach out to them. You can reach out to me, ask any questions that you want. It is a first come, first served basis. But there's a lot of reminders and suggestions in there. It is not a pre-registration thing, so please look at the details and make your plan. But on the other hand, for the residents that are not looking into those services, they also need volunteers. So in order to make a big event like this happen, you need all the staff that are running it, all the medical personnel, but you also need a lot of volunteers to help the people through this process. They are expecting large crowds every day, and the people who come will be coming, registering, signing up, and they're going to sit and they wait until they're seen. So they make the suggestions to them about bring snacks, bring water, but they're going to be looking for all kinds of volunteers to help with the parking, to help people, make people more comfortable, to help facilitate questions or help them to get to where they're going. So if you're looking to volunteer, please go to the website. There's a link to register, and there's a number of different jobs that you can do, or you can reach out to their liaison at Broome County Direct, and I'm sure she'll be able to help you more. So I just wanted to mention that we are utilizing the website, and we did do a push notification for this as well. So we do encourage people to sign up for the app. It's free. You can sign up for whatever notifications you do or do not want. But it is a way to keep in touch with people, and we utilized it the last time with the emergency storm damage and storm alerts as well. So it is pretty useful. So again, we do encourage people to sign up so that you can receive some information if you choose to. With that, we're going to move to privilege of the floor. Now, this is the first section of the public input where each speaker, it is very specific for agenda items only, though. There's a second public comment section at the end of the meeting in which the public can make a comment on any town business. So this is for agenda items only. So just the rules of speaking are each speaker must only speak regarding town business, be respectful of all elected officials, town employees, members of the audience, and all other persons. No personal attacks. Must wait to be recognized. State their name and address before speaking. Speak at the podium. Speak for no more than 3 minutes. Be brief and to the point. Address comments to the board only. Only speak during the designated public comment section. In order to ensure an orderly, productive meeting, residents will be heard before non-residents. Speakers will speak in entirely, then will be addressed by the board. So does anybody wish to speak? Any resident wish to speak first? Okay, these are agenda items. Does any non-resident wish to speak on an agenda item? Okay, if there's any other comments, it's at the end of the meeting, okay? So we'll get down to business. So Public Works, Sue?
No report?
Okay, thank you. But Sue on finance?
Sure. Resolution authorizing, subject to permissive referendum, the construction of a new Main Street bridge and demolition of existing bridge at Big Coconut Creek in and for the town of Vestal, Broome County, New York, at a maximum estimated cost of $4,528,000 and authorizing the issuance of $4,528,000 bonds of said town to pay the cost thereof.
Thank you. So do we have a motion?
Moved.
Thank you, Glenn, and seconded?
Seconded.
Thank you, Robert. And any discussion? Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And it's carried. Thank you. And 9.2?
Resolution approving a police department budget amendment to transfer $7,000 from the operating expenses and supplies line A3120-4060 to the education and travel line A3120-4030 to cover additional training expenses.
Thank you. So do we have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Glenn, and seconded?
Seconded.
Thank you, Robert. And is there any discussion? Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And it's carried. And 9.3?
Resolution for the town supervisor to retroactively sign a lease agreement with the Vestal Central School District for a lease of space at Central Junior High School for the Senior Citizen Center from March 1, 2025 to February 28, 2026. Base rent during the lease term shall be $915.89 per month.
Thank you. So do we have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you. And seconded?
Seconded.
Thank you, Glenn. And oh, sorry, any discussion?
No.
Thanks. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? And it's carried. Okay, 9.4, we're gonna amend, right? So I'll read it first and then we'll motion to amend. Resolution for the town board to approve payment in the amount of $19,050 to the Coughlin and Gerhart LLP for outside counsel fees for professional services rendered through June 30th, 2025. The services are as follows. $16,684, Erin O'Malley, Article 78, number 2, $2,366 for general solar. And Sue, do you want a motion to amend?
I'd like to make a motion to amend that resolution. I would like it to read, resolution for the town board to approve payment up to the amount $19,050 to Coughlin and Gerhart LLP for outside counsel fees for professional services rendered through June 30, 2025. The services are as follows: $16,684, O'Malley, Aaron, Article 78, number 2, $2,366, general solar.
Okay, thank you. Can anyone second her motion to amend?
Seconded.
Thank you, Robert. And so all in favor of amending?
Aye.
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 Any opposed?
Up to is all
Okay.
added, correct?
Yes, all, just up to.
Up to.
Okay, now we're gonna vote on the whole thing again, right? Okay,
Mhm.
so can we have a motion on the resolution as amended?
So moved.
Thank you, Robert, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Glenn. And discussion. So just for clarification for the public, we're going over one of the bills again. So it will be no more than that amount, but we have an issue with a few, so we're talking to the law firm. So it may be less than the amount, depending on the answers that they give us. Okay, so it's that much or less. So with that, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you, and it's carried. And Sue, 9.5?
Resolution for the town board to approve payment in the amount of $220.50 to Bond Shonick and King, PLLC, for outside counsel fees for legal services rendered through June 30, 2025. The services are as follows: police matter.
Thank you. So can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Robert, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Glenn. Any discussion? Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you, and it's carried. And Sue, personnel?
No report for personnel.
We actually have.
We do?
Here, you want it?
Oh, here we go. Okay.
It's the long read.
Oh, yeah, okay. I see it now. I apologize.
You want to skip it?
I have it here.
You can-
Resolution for Patrick Harnon, Recreation Planner, to hire the following summer employees pending the successful completion of all town requirements. All pay rates are budgeted items in the 2025 budget. So start date, August 11, 2025. Vestal Girls Basketball Camp coaches, $200 salary. You have Carolyn Ryan, Vestal, Tedessa DiRienzo, Appalachian, Callies Spivey, Vestal, Maria Trevor, Vestal, Jenna Halloran, Appalachian, Haley Carey, Vestal. Week start date, August 11, 2025. Soccer camp coach, pay rate $400, Gina Talbot, and well. Field hockey camp start date, August 11th, 2025. We have camp coach, pay rate $325, salary, Tracy Sefton, Vestal. We have field hockey camp coach, $200 salary, Samantha Schaefer, Vestal. Start date September 3rd, 2025. Tracy Sefton, Vestal, Hockey League Director, Field Hockey League Director, $1,000 salary. Christy Everett, Field Hockey League Instructor, pay rate $500 salary. Wrestling camp start date August 4, 2025. 2 wrestling camp instructors at a $400 salary, James Kaminsky, Ty Jashin. Start date August 11, 2025. Boys lacrosse camp. We have boys lacrosse camp instructors at a pay rate of $480 salary. We have Evan Kaufman, Binghamton, Trevor Barney, Vestal, Braden McMahon, Appalachian, Brody Ahern, Appalachian, Zach Cook, Vestal. Page turn, sorry. Elite basketball camp, start date August 11, 2025. The elite basketball camp instructors, Gabrielle Whiteman, Vestal, salary $400. Noah Economides, Vestal, pay rate $400 salary. Peyton Alec, Endicott, pay rate $400 salary. Corey Roma, Endicott, pay rate $225 salary.
Okay, thank you. So do we have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Glenn, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Robert. So any discussion?
No.
Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, any opposed? And it's carried. Thank you. So Robert,
11.1, resolution for the town board to approve a publication date of August 1st, 2025 for a public hearing on August 13th, 2025. This public hearing is regarding a special permit, aquifer permit for Taylor Garbage at 3039 Vestal Road, tax map number 158.06-1-10.
thank you. So do we have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Sue, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Glenn. Any discussion?
No.
Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And it's carried. Robert,
11.2, resolution for the town board to approve a publication date of August 1st, 2025 for a public hearing on August 13th, 2025 regarding the establishment of Consolidated Sewer District Number 1, extension number 168 at 3039 Vestal Road, tax map number 158.06-1-10.
thank you.
Petitioner, Taylor Garbage Service.
Thank you. So do we have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Sue, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Glenn. And any discussion?
Yeah, I'd just like to mention for the public that Taylor Garbage is putting in a truck wash station. Thus the aquifer permit, thus the sewer. And that information can be found. I'm not sure if it's the planning board or the zoning board of appeals, but those minutes are on the website. So if anyone needs further details, they are there on the website.
Thank you. It's also in the addendum.
And the addendum.
And the documents are, for most of the things are usually in the addendum. So thank you. So with that, can, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And it's carried.
11.3, resolution authorizing the town supervisor or town engineer to sign proposals for the 3 rooms in town hall that require abatement of asbestos containing material. Removal and disposal of ACM pipe insulation, Vestal PD gym, $2,400. Abatement quote for cleanup and removal of ACM and phone room, $8,900. Abatement quote for the Vestal PD boiler room pipe insulation removal, $3,700.
Thank you. So do we have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Sue, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Glenn. And any discussion?
No.
Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And it's carried. And Sue, public safety?
Resolution for Stace Kittner, Police Chief, to accept $4,764.17 from Boone County Stop DWI for St. Patrick's Day enforcement. These shifts were offered and paid as overtime. As such, the reimbursement funding should be allocated to the Police Department's overtime line A3120-1033.
Thank you. So do we have motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Robert, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Glenn. And any discussion? Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And it's carried. Thank you. And Robert, administration?
13.1, resolution for Michael Herman, Vestal Public Library Director, to use the town-owned library parking lot and lawn spaces located at 320 Vestal Parkway East on August 15th, 2025, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. for the summer reading program finale block party.
Thank you. So do we have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Sue. And seconded?
Seconded.
Thank you, Glenn. And any discussion? Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And it's carried. Receive and file?
Warrants 2025, 28G, 28C, 28M, 28T, 2025, 29G, 29C, 29M, 2025T. G is general operating expenditures. C is capital expenditures. M is weekly health insurance claims. T is weekly flexible spending account expenditures. We also have change of tenant 157.18-1-30.1, change of tenant 158.13-1-34.1, change of tenant 158.14-1-18, change of tenant 158.14-2-1, letters Ray Town Assessor, 239 Review, Johnson City.
Thank you. Okay, we don't have any petitions and protests this evening or any old business. Does any board member have any new business that we're not aware of? Okay, with that, we're going to move on to supervisor's announcements, which is, as I announced earlier, the Healthy Broom event, which will be Monday, August 11th through Friday, August 20th. If you wish to attend, there's free medical, dental, and optometry services will be provided at no cost to anyone, regardless of income, insurance, or residency, and volunteers are needed. Please see the website for more information. The Vestal Memorial Pool is open, and so please check out the recreation website for more information. This afternoon was the Splash Bash with a DJ and lots of fun for the kids. I want to thank especially our Patrick and all of our recreation personnel for making it such a fun time for everybody and continuing with that, all the events through the summer. One of which is tomorrow. So tomorrow night at Arnold Park is movie night. So it's Thursday, July 24th, and it's featuring Toy Story. Toy Story. It's the 30th anniversary. So the movie begins at 8:30, but before the movie, the activities start for the kids at 7:30. So please bring your family, friends, blankets, chairs, snacks, and flashlights. And it's a very nice, fun evening for the family. The Vestal Youth Police Academy is wrapping up the high school session with the graduation on Friday. 60 students will graduate from that 2-week program, and the middle school session had 107 participants this year. So I just want to thank, and we all want to thank Stace Kittner, our police chief, who coordinates everything, all the school resource officers, and all of the volunteers and all the agencies that made it possible. They work very hard on this to make a really great experience for the kids. And I want to also thank all the donors who make it possible at no expense to taxpayers. So it's really a lot of effort and a lot of dedicated time, but they do a fantastic job with it. A reminder that brush pickup for 2025 is the first Monday of the first week of the month. So if you had brush, please put it out there ahead of time so that when they come around, it'll be ready. They have 2 teams they start on Mondays, and you'll see it'll come on Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on where in Vestal you live, but they will get to you. If you need additional information on how you should put it out, please go to the Highway Department website on the town website, Highway Department section on the town website. Once again, please consider signing up for the town app. You can go directly to the town website from the app, and you can get notifications and alerts and in whatever category that you choose. So with that, does any board member have any final comments or?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Public safety comments. The Vestal Fire Department provided fire training scenes at the fire training site for the Vestal Youth Police Academy last week. That was for the high school group. The fire department is currently preparing their budget for the 2026 year. 3 Vestal police officers were selected for the Officer of the Quarter recognition for the outstanding and inspiring contributions they've made to the community. Congratulations to Sergeant Will, Officer Doig, and Officer McCartney. Thank you for going above and beyond to keep our community safe. Vestal EMS, police, and fire are continually applying for and receiving grants to make public safety more affordable. They are also continually enhancing and upgrading their trainings to keep our community a safe, healthy place to live.
Thank you. Any other board member have anything? Okay. So with that, we're going to move on to public comment section. So this is the last public comment section on anything on town business. So once again, each speaker must only speak regarding town business, be respectful of all elected officials, town employees, member of the audience, and all other persons. No personal attacks are allowed. Wait to be recognized, state their name and address before speaking, speak at the podium, speak for no more than 3 minutes, be brief and to the point, address comments to the board only speak during the designated public comment section. And in order to ensure an orderly, productive meeting, residents will be heard before non-residents, and speakers will speak in entirely, then will be addressed by the board. So does any resident wish to speak? Ma'am?
Thank you. Robin Ayers, 832 Murray Hill Road. I want to say you guys are doing a great job. The app looks great. I come to these meetings and I often think my issues aren't important enough, but I do want to know 2 things. I guess one is whether the town has any intention of ever putting in a dog run. And secondly, if you intend to do anything about speeders on like Murray Hill and Bun Hill and all that. I think I've suggested in the past speed bumps. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate it. Just- I try to get to everything, so if I forget something, let me know. So the dog run, not yet. However, we are next set of meetings, which we have a 2-week break this time instead of the 1-week break. So it's August 11th is our next work session. We will be starting the process to open up one of the parks for a trial program of allowing dogs in the park legally. So we're starting slow. We're going to be going to modify the existing town code, which says that dogs are only allowed in 2 parks. One is Jones Park and the rail trail, which is not technically a park. So, and it says it's very specific in there. So in order to start to allow it in allow dogs in different places, then we're going to modify the law, and then we're going to look at one thing at a time. So we're doing one thing at a time. So the first park that is going to be considered is Mittendorf Park, and is simply to allow dogs. And in the future, we hope to consider a dog run with the consent of the residents in whatever area it might be proposed. So that's definitely still something that is possibly can be doable. But we want to make sure that the members of the community and the surrounding areas are all okay with it. So we're going to start slow with Mittendorf Park, and it will be a trial for a period of time. But as with every park that is presently allowed, all the rules regarding dogs apply. So they have to be leashed, they have to be picked up after. If there's any issues, everybody has to comply with all of the regulations. So they have to be licensed, they have to be whatever. So before we start anything in a park, we are going to go over everything with everybody. So everybody knows what they need to do and that there are no issues, and hopefully everything goes smoothly. Statistically, 66% of households in Vestal own dogs. So these are our residents' lifestyle. But we want to make sure that it goes smoothly and it goes well and it's respectful of every resident. And so we're starting the process. and then we'll tweak and go as we go. The second thing is speeders. So we have an incredible police department. Our officers are amazing and our police chief is extremely responsive to all of our resident complaints. So when we get resident complaints about a specific area, Murray Hill is a big one, Bun Hill is a big one. But there's different areas at different times. We considered a lot of options. We sat down, we talked to everybody involved. But there's a lot of people to consider. Our police department always, when there's an issue in area, they go over and they do targeted enforcement. So they go over with officers, they do car stops, they do professional presence. So people honestly always slow down when they're around if they can see them. If they can't see them, they get stopped, they get ticketed. We went over a lot of different areas. In fact, on what is the name of the street? The cross street over to the crossroad that we
Going out.
no. So it's between 26 and Glenwood, yeah. And it's one of them. Okay, it's escaping me. So we went through Juneberry.
Juneberry.
So Juneberry, thank you. Sorry. So the residents from Juneberry were very upset. And we take everything really seriously. We know how impactful it is on people. We know how dangerous it can be for pedestrians, especially certain areas like Murray Hill has the students. Reno has a lot of people walking down there because you have students coming down, you have people from the apartments coming down. 100%. We take all of these things very seriously. With Juneberry, the residents have a legitimate issue that people speed along there. So the police department at first did targeted enforcement, so they had officers out there. And then they also worked with the speed sign, and the speed sign has, I don't know if it's a sign or a separate mechanism, but they did a traffic study where they actually radar everybody going through and log the time, the actual speeds of people going through. And what they found is that they are not going like incredibly fast, but with some exceptions, they're generally going a little bit above the speed limit, but in a residential area, a speed limit of 30 and you inch up above that, it gets pretty fast, pretty quickly with kids and animals and all of that. So in answer to that, our town engineer actually drafted a new layout of the lines. And it's a proven fact that when you redesign the configuration of the road was wide enough where they could basically make the lanes smaller. And what was happening is people coming off 26, they're keeping the speed, right? And then they slow down kind of when they get to the houses, but by the time they slow down, it wasn't slow enough. And it's kind of never slow enough if people are trying to get around because there's nowhere to go for the pedestrians. There's nowhere to go to try to get into their car and have their kids or somebody to pull over to the side there. So the idea of giving a buffer on the side would protect the people trying to do stuff, getting out of their houses as well. So we put it out there and the residents rejected it. So, if they want to revisit that, we're perfectly fine. We look very seriously at any specific area that is done. The police officers, you will see them set wet. You may not see them, but they will be set up in certain areas at different times. And people can attest to the number of summonses that are issued. So they do get them coming down Bun Hill. They do get them in different areas. They do the actual enforcement with summonses issued. And it does slow people down for a while, but the natural inclination is it still goes on. We also looked into different things, including lowering the speed limit, which is a whole thing with a lot of paperwork and everything in residential areas down to like 20 or something like that. It's problematic in a lot of different areas. So doing an across the board thing would be problematic as well. But like I said, we'll still take on top of it. Every time we get an email from a resident that says, can you do it? They sent officers over for a while. And then they continue to try to do that. We looked into speed bumps. You mentioned speed bumps. The problem is our plows cannot do it. They can't handle it. And it doesn't matter what the area is. In the middle of winter, when they're trying to plow the roads, it is extremely dangerous for them to try to plow the road, try to get the plow up to be able to go over the bump. And these are big, heavy machinery, to get over and then to drop it down and to get that big, machine over. And I can attest to the fact that sometimes it gets really slippery because sometimes they slide into people's mailboxes. They do fix them, by the way. So, but we can't make it dangerous for our personnel. But I know if we come up with better ideas, we'll be willing to consider them as well. It is very problematic. The officers are out, our officers are very proactive. And they are very good at identifying the locations, and they go over the statistics on where accidents happen all the time. They do the stats on speeders, and then they respond to the residents, and they do traffic studies, and they do all of that. And we will continue to do that. And anything that we come up that's viable, we'll do. So I hope I answered enough. Sorry. Any other resident wish to speak? Okay, any other non-resident wish to speak? Okay, with that, then we're gonna motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Sue, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Robert, and all in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Thank you, and have a good evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.
Well, we're gonna have to put that on some days. Inside.